Excuse me. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Weather Forecast Center. This is John, here to give you the latest updated information about Tropical Storm Debby. We're just going to go right into it. So, Debby is expected to become a hurricane tonight and make landfall in the Florida Big Bend area on Monday. Will bring a major flood threat to the southeastern United States. Uh, Going to reiterate that a big flood threat to the southeastern United States. Um, the rainfall amounts have gone up since yesterday. So we will get into full details here in a little bit. Um, Here are the latest stats as of 5 o'clock. Its location is 27.7 north, 84.4 west. It is about 120 miles west of Tampa, Florida, or about 125 miles southwest of Cedar Key, Florida. Movement is now north at 12. It has made that northern turn now. Its maximum sustained winds is up to 65 miles an hour, and the central pressure is now 992 millibars. As far as the watches and warnings, there's going to be a long list. Storm surge watch from the mouth of the St. Mary's River to South Santee River, South Carolina, has been changed to a storm surge warning. The hurricane warning is extended west of the Ocklawahamna River to Indian Pass. The tropical storm watch from west of Indian Pass to Mexico Beach, Florida, has been changed to a tropical storm warning. A tropical storm warning has been issued for Florida and Georgia coast from Ponte Verde Beach to the Savannah River. The tropical storm warning for the dry tortugas is discontinued. The tropical storm warning south of Bonita Beach, Florida, is discontinued. So as the storm moves up, the warnings to the watches and warnings to south expire. But here are what that means for all the warnings and all the watches and all the warnings. There is now a storm surge warning in effect for Florida coast from the middle of Longboat Key northward to Indian Pass, including Tampa Bay. Georgia and South Carolina coast from the mouth of the St. Mary's River to South Santee River, South Carolina. A storm surge watch is in effect for Florida coast from Bonita Beach northward to the middle of Longboat Key, including Charlotte Harbor. A hurricane warning is in effect for Florida coast from the Swanee River to Indian Pass. A hurricane watch is in effect from Florida coast south of the Swanee River to Yankeetown. A tropical storm warning is in effect for Florida coast south of the Swanee River to Bonita Beach. Florida coast from west of Indian Pass to Mexico Beach. And Ponte Verde Beach to Savannah River. A tropical storm watch is in effect for Savannah River to South Santee River, South Carolina. So those are the latest watches and warnings. Hurricane warning means that hurricane conditions are expected within within the next 24 hours. Tropical storm warning means that tropical storm conditions are expected within 36 hours. Hurricane watch means that hurricane conditions are possible within the watch area within 36 hours. A tropical storm watch means that tropical storm conditions are possible within 48 hours. A storm surge warning means there is danger of life threatening inundation within the next 36 hours. Um, so, this is a life threatening situation. Persons located within these areas should take all necessary actions to protect life and property from rising water and potential from other dangerous conditions. Promptly follow evacuation and other instruction from local officials. So, if you are along the coast, the west coast of Florida, from the Big Bend, we'll just say to Tampa Bay and point south. If you have, um, if you are in Zone A, I would be evacuating because more than likely all those areas will be mandatory evacuations. So interests elsewhere in Florida and southern coast of the southeastern coast of the United States should monitor progress of this system. Additional watching, additional watches and warnings would likely be required later today or tonight. So goes without saying, um, if you have not um, heeded the mandatory evacuations that your local authorities have given, you're on your own. So here we go with the discussions and outlooks. At 5 p.m. Eastern, the center of Tropical Storm Debby was located near latitude 27.7 north, longitude 84.4 west. Debby is moving toward the north near 12 miles an hour. A gradual decrease in forward speed with a turn toward the northeast and east is expected on Monday and Tuesday. On the forecast track, the center will move across the northeastern Gulf of Mexico through tonight and reach the Florida Big Bend coast around midday tomorrow. Um, Debby is then expected to move slowly across northern Florida and southern Georgia Monday and Tuesday. Maximum sustained winds are near 65 miles an hour with higher gusts. Rapid strengthening is forecast, and Debby is expected to become a hurricane tonight, with additional strengthening likely before it reaches the Florida Big Bend coast on Monday. Weakening is expected on Monday and Tuesday after Debby moves inland. Tropical storm force winds extend outward up to 140 miles from the center now. Before it was mostly to the east, now it's getting its act together now symmetrically um, how it's supposed to be. So, the tropical storm force winds are now symmetrical now. And the estimated minimum center pressure is 992 millibars. So that is the discussion as of 5 o'clock. The hazards, we're going to go from basically top to bottom. Wind. Hurricane conditions are expected in the hurricane warning area and possible in the hurricane watch area early Monday, with tropical storm conditions expected to arrive this evening. Tropical storm conditions are expected to spread northward over the tropical storm warning area along the Gulf Coast through tonight and begin along portions of the tropical storm warning area along the Atlantic coast by late Monday. Tropical storm conditions are possible along the coast of South Carolina within the tropical storm watch area late Monday night. So the progression would be southern South Carolina. The tropical storm force winds will reach there first Monday night and gradually spread northward along the coast on Tuesday. Storm surge. The combination of storm surge and tide will cause normally dry areas near the coast to be flooded by rising waters moving inland from the shoreline. The water could reach the following heights above ground somewhere in the indicated areas if the peak surge occurs at the time of high tide. So, these are storm surges. The storm surge forecast. Um, these are um, this is water on top of high tide or higher tides if it occurs on at high tide. Swanee River to Ochlockonee River, Florida, 6 to 10 feet. Yankeetown to Swanee River, 5 to 8 feet. Ochlockonee River, Florida to Indian Pass, 4 to 6 feet. Tampa Bay, 3 to 5 feet. Middle of Longboat Key to Yankeetown, 3 to 5 feet. Bonita Beach, Florida to Middle of Longboat Key, 2 to 4 feet. Mouth of the St. Mary's River to South Santee River, South Carolina, 2 to 4 feet, and Charlotte Harbor, 2 to 4 feet. So those are high water inundations on top of high tides. So rainfall. This is going to be the main. I'm going to be hitting this hard, especially when I move into the Carolinas section of this. Debby is expected to produce rainfall totals of 6 to 12 inches, with maximum amounts of 18 inches across portions of northern Florida and southeastern North Carolina through Friday morning. This rainfall will likely result in areas of considerable flash and urban flooding, with significant river flooding expected across portions of southeast Georgia and South Carolina. 10 to 20 inches of rainfall with local amounts to 30 inches are expected through Friday morning. This potentially historic rainfall will likely result in areas of catastrophic flooding. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna be when I get to the template for for the National Weather Service out of Wilmington, I will show you their template and what they're calling for. Tornadoes. A few tornadoes are possible over central and northern Florida and southern Georgia tonight and Monday. The threat will spread northeastward into coastal Georgia and parts of South Carolina on Monday. So the risk of tornadoes on top of the heavy amounts of rain are possible. So be on the look. If you're in a tornado warning, obviously heed those warnings as well. Um, I'm not going to get into surf because surf speaks. Huh? So, this is from the National Weather Service out of Wilmington, North Carolina. They have put in bold red letters, light threatening flash flooding remains possible this week. So this is their wording. Tropical storm Debby is expected to strengthen into a hurricane prior to landfall. in Florida Monday and will move very slowly near the Georgia, South Carolina coast through midweek. The slow progression of the storm will result in very significant rainfall across northeastern South Carolina, southeastern North Carolina, likely resulting in life threatening flash flooding. Otherwise, gusty winds and a few tornadoes are also possible, but it's too early to predict these specific impacts with detail given the uncertainty in the track beyond Wednesday. All interest in the Carolinas and marine interests across the coastal waters should prepare for this developing weather situation. And this is the situation overview. So, potential for tropical storm force winds and the locations will be along the coastal waters and coastal areas, especially along the northeastern South Carolina coastline. That will be from Wednesday through Friday. So that'll be 3 days worth of 40-mile-an-hour winds or higher. Storm surge and inundation. Some storm surge is possible, but there is large uncertainty. And that'll be from generally south of Cape Fear region, Tuesday night through Friday. That'll depend on the track of Debby, obviously. Flooding, rain. I'm going to hit this hard. I'm going to hit it hard. Life-threatening rainfall possible. And includes the entire area, but particularly coastal South Carolina. That goes from Tuesday through Thursday and possibly through Friday. So this is going to be a long duration event. Pretty much going all week from Monday to Friday. Tornado risk, isolated tornadoes are possible, primarily along the coast. And that is from Monday through Thursday. Monday on the southern part of South Carolina. Tuesday will be pretty much the southern half of the area serviced under this, and then Wednesday would be the rest of it, and then Thursday will start tapering off from south to north. Marine hazardous winds and seas, beaches will experience rough surface, strong rip currents. Nobody should be on the beach this week. Nobody. All coastal waters and beaches, that's from Tuesday through Friday. The impact legend, the threat levels. Okay, there are 4 threat levels with this. So with wind from Wednesday afternoon through Thursday will be a level 1. Storm surge will be a level 1 from Tuesday afternoon through at least Thursday. Now, rain. There'll be a level 1 basically tonight into Monday morning. Be a level 2 from Monday afternoon to Tuesday morning, a level 3 Tuesday afternoon, and then a level 4 from basically through Wednesday into Thursday, and back down to a 3 Thursday afternoon. So there's going to be a long stretch of extremely heavy rain through much of this week. The tornado threat is a level 1 from Monday afternoon through Tuesday, and marine impacts is a level 1 for Tuesday, a level 2 for Wednesday, and a level 3 for Thursday. So here is the situation overview. Tropical Storm Debby is projected to become a hurricane prior to landfall in Florida on Monday. Debby will then move northeast and move very slowly near the Georgia and South Carolina coast Wednesday and Thursday. Much uncertainty exists afterwards. However, the very slow movement will create significant rainfall, which will likely lead to flash flooding and river flooding. This is the most likely time of arrival of tropical storm force winds. The most likely time of arrival of tropical storm force winds for northeast South Carolina is Wednesday morning, and for southeastern North Carolina is Wednesday evening. The probability of tropical storm force winds has not changed significantly since the last update. Much uncertainty exists with the track after Debby crosses Florida, given that the storm will be in an area of very weak steering flow. Expected storm total rainfall. I'm going to hit this hard because people will probably be like, "What are you kidding me?" Life-threatening flash flooding is possible. Straight out. Rainfall amounts of 12 to 20 inches are possible, especially for portions of Horry, Georgetown, and Williamsburg counties. Elsewhere, significant rainfall of 8 to 12 inches possible across a large portion of the area. This amount of rainfall could result in areas of flash flooding and urban flooding. There'll be no doubt there'll be flooding everywhere. Multiple rivers will be impacted. More river flood information will be available in subsequent briefings. So here's your river flood outlook. They have upped it to there'll be a level 2 here from Florida into southern Georgia into far southern South Carolina, with a level 1 further north. And here are the points. People living along rivers and creeks should make preparations for possible moderate to major flooding developing later this week. It's going to start pretty much slowly, but once it hits, it's going to be around for a while. The risk of major flooding appears highest along the following rivers: the Lumber River, the Little PD River, the Black Creek, the Northeast Cape Fear River, and the Waccamaw River. So here's the summary. Confidence is high. Debby will bring significant flooding impacts. Uncertainty continues to exist regarding wind, tornado, and surge impacts. It is very likely that northeast South Carolina and southeast North Carolina will see impacts from Tropical Storm Debby, especially with regard to heavy rainfall and flooding. Very significant rainfall is forecast across all southeast North Carolina and northeast South Carolina, which could cause life-threatening flash flooding. The highest rainfall amounts are currently forecast across Williamsburg, Horry, and Georgetown counties. Rough surf, including dangerous rip currents and hazardous marine conditions, are expected to develop by Wednesday, persisting through late in the week. All interest in the Carolinas should prepare for this developing weather situation. So that is the current advisory as of 5 p.m., the full package. I will be back tomorrow with further updates. Please watch my shorts, because I will have shorts periodically through about this incoming threat as it develops. So, with that, I wish you all a very good night. Um, and I will talk to you again soon.